All right. The reason Bob Dvorak is here tonight, coming up Saturday, July 20th, the Leonard Funk Medal of Honor chapter of the 82nd Airborne Division Association will correct an oversight when it holds a ceremony to dedicate a memorial brick in the honor of a very special veterans. Bob, you pick up the backstory. Go ahead, please.
You know, Rob, you and I have been working on stories for 20 years. Do you realize this? And when I came across this one, I said, this is a story that Rob Pratt is going to love. Because let's talk about the individual that's at the center of this story, and that's Eugene Christoff, native of the Elizabeth area, and a graduate of Clairton High School. He was working as a self-employed coal miner, Rob. He did this mine by himself. When in 1943, his country needed him, he joined the U.S. military, joined the Army, and in the Army, volunteered to become a paratrooper, the guys who jump out of airplanes. And let me tell you, I'm pretty sure that when Eugene Christoff took off in that plane, he never landed in the plane that he took off in because he jumped out of it in mid-flight. That's what paratroopers do. But he not only volunteered to become a paratrooper, but he became a medic, a combat medic, and a surgical technician, which is crucial to this story in one real sense. But he became a paratrooper, was assigned to the 82nd Airborne, was shipped to England, was in France, Holland, Belgium, Germany, onto the Battle of the Bulge, and onto Berlin and the Victory Parade. So, you know, people call them heroes, the greatest generation. Our ancestors were just incredible people. He didn't make a big deal out of it. He picked up his life, started a family. And, you know, you'll never hear of this guy, although if you were standing in a line next to him in a supermarket, you wouldn't know that he was a World War II paratrooper who patched people up rather than take lives on a battlefield. That takes a certain amount of, whatever character that you have to have. Around 2012, the Airborne chapter, the Leonard Funk chapter, noticed that at Soldiers and Sailors Museum, which is a national treasure, if you've never been there, you got to go, that the plaza had these commemorative bricks where people could put their name and their unit and when they served, and they would put them on the plaza and they would be memorialized. So Airborne guys thought, hey, this is a great idea. They ordered a whole section, so they called it the Airborne Landing. And I believe it was over 60 bricks, maybe 65 bricks. Somehow, some way, and it's nobody's fault, Eugene Christoff's name and brick did not get placed on the landing. It just, some of the Army guys say it fell through the cracks. It was an oversight. Well, most people would just give up on it right there and forget about it. But the Airborne guys live by a code all the way, and nobody gets left behind. So they worked behind the scenes all these years. And because there was a construction project at Soldiers and Sailors, they're fixing the underground garage, they had to uplift the plaza. Lo and behold, with some lobbying by the Leonard Funk chapter, a space opened up for Eugene Christoff's brick. So they're going to finally be able to place it on the plaza next to all his buddies. And he was a lifetime member of this chapter. He went to the meetings, he went to the picnics, he marched in the parades. He was just a terrific guy. And people might say, well, hey, what's the big deal about a brick? They're going to put a brick in and they're going to dedicate it. Well, let me tell you something. Eugene Christoff's daughter, Kathy, and her husband are coming up from Florida for this. And her son and his wife are coming up from North Carolina. And one of Kathy's sisters from Vermont is driving in. It's a big deal to them. It's a big deal to the Airborne. It's a big deal to us. This is a man who's worth remembering and worth honoring. And it's not something that's given or it's something he deserved. It's something he earned. And the Airborne way of life is it's earned, never given.